Addiction to technology. I understand, man. A lot of us are addicted to technology. And the reason we're addicted to it is because it's an amazing distraction. It's an amazing numbing agent. After you just had a long, hard day of work and you're tired and you don't have it in you anymore, nothing like playing some video games, watching funny cat videos. Somebody got all these hilarious memes, watching this the rest of the show on Netflix. I mean, you name it, the list goes on and on. There's a million things on technology you could do to distract yourself, to just kind of veg out, zombie out, and just kind of go blah. And I'm not going to argue against it. I do think some of that is good for you. An hour, 2 hours here just kind of gets you out of that stressed out work mentality into that relaxed, chill mentality. However, it's like a fine balance. A little bit is good, a little mediocre amount, okay, but then there's a point where it gets bad. If I said somebody played video games 24 hours a day, you definitely say that's not on the right track, or somebody was on social media that long, or whatever the case. I think we can all agree there is a point where there's too much, and there is a point where it's like, it doesn't have to be nothing. It's usually somewhere in between. And I do think an hour or two can be productive here and there, whether your release is through Netflix or through video games or through social media or videos or whatever the case. But you got to find that balance. You got to find that balance, because is really numbing or de-stressing like for 6, 8, 12 hours a day really what you need to do? Probably not. Look, here's my main point. I want to get to that. Like, usually there's stuff you have to do once you get home from work, and you usually don't feel like doing it. We're all there. I'm there. I'm guilty of it too. And when you try to muster up the energy for it, you just kind of go, I can't quite. I get you. Play a game, watch some stuff. Hopefully that'll re-energize you, and then you can go get it done. But then after you just try to get yourself hyped up to do it, it's still not able to go for you. I know how it feels. Here's my suggestion. First suggestion. 1, get more sleep. Because honestly, the way I look at it, when you're like playing on your phone, doing whatever, you're not really recharging your battery. It's kind of like your battery's at 10%, you plug it in, and it just stays at 10% for the next hour or two. Like, the whole purpose of recharging it is to like increase how much battery power you have right there. And if you're not increasing, then why are you doing it? So I say, hey, like, yeah, go ahead and play for an hour or two, but if you're not recharged to get some work done, go to sleep. And I know some of you have some crazy shifts. Maybe that includes sleeping later or taking naps or waking up later. I don't know. I know we all live a complicated life, but I definitely think sleep will definitely help you out more than vegging out over your phone. I was just going to say that. The other thing that goes with that is, look, man, like, I thought, maybe I spend an hour or two on my phone a day, if that. I don't really pay too much attention. I try to minimize how much time I spend on my phone. And then I actually looked at the screen time app. Man, there were some days I was spending 3.5 hours on the phone. And I'm like, how? Why? And I did notice it was on those days where I was mentally fatigued and tired and just getting distracted watching stupid cat videos, and just be laughing, entertaining myself. And so I was like, wow, I gotta work on that. Most of the days it was pretty good, but I had a couple of days in there, and fatigue and de-stressing, they all kind of go together. And so that's the first thing I'm gonna encourage you to do is keep track of how much time you spend on your phone, online, on watching TV. It's really easy. There's there's plenty of apps. I know iPhone has one. I'm pretty sure Android has one too. And it just tells you how much screen time you're averaging daily. It tells you which apps you've been looking at, which apps you typically look at when you pick it up, how many you do a day. All that information's there. And I'm not saying eliminate technology. I'm just saying bring it down a little bit. I'm saying instead of spending, 8 hours a day on your phone, can we bring it down to 7? Instead of spending, 14 hours a day on your phone, which I heard from some of my middle school students, they literally will be on their phone 12, 14 hours a day. And look, guys, especially with this younger generation, they've grown up only knowing technology, only knowing phones. They never grew up without a cell phone. They don't know what it's like to drive to another city or state and then have to find directions for where you're going without GPS. They've never had to do that stuff. And so they don't appreciate it. And so I think there's a lot of good things that I was fortunate enough to be born, a little bit before cell phones and technology got so big with the internet. And I just think a lot of the younger generation don't appreciate it. So I think as parents, we have to set the example. We got to do it ourselves. And we got to show them that, look, man, you can be addicted to technology if you're not careful about it. And you have to learn to be disciplined and do more productive things, instead of just constantly vegging out and just trying to distract yourself from all the things you got to get done. You can accomplish anything you want as long as you want to sacrifice, put in the work. I believe in you. Go get them.